Hi there, my name is Chris, and in this video I'm going to talk about the different video modes we have on the S22 Ultra. I'm going to talk a little bit about film theory that can help you when you are out making your creative video, and I'm going to go into settings and show you some stuff that you need to disable, shut it out, leave it out there, and never let it back in. It destroys your video. My name is Chris. I hope you consider to subscribe to my channel and follow me on my journey on YouTube. First, we're going to start in the mode called video. You can see it here on the right side of the screen. And this is the line that we're going to turn up and down to switch between the different modes. On the right side, you have the record button, and underneath in the right lower corner, you have the picture and video gallery. On the top right side, you have the switch to front camera or to the back camera option. On the left side, you have different options here, so you can choose whatever setting that you want. We're going to go through every setting here and do that on each video mode that's possible on this S22 Ultra. Today I have 3 objects with me, so we're gonna use, and hopefully we can make some information possible, so you can create some nice videos for your YouTube channel or just for your family and friends. So we're gonna start with the zoom options. We go down to 0.6. Now you see the whole setup here. I found me a nice picture, use it as a wallpaper, and build up a little stage for my subjects. Then one time, we've been there, go to 3 times, and the quality is quite good. And when you pass 3 times, like 10 times and up to 20 times, I'm not going to move the camera to show, but if we go back to 1 time and I move on the tripod that the phone is set on, you don't see any big vibration. But if I go up to 20 times, you see it very distinctly how the camera is moving. And if we go up to 20 times, you can see it very easy. And the point I want to make there is that if you are going to use 10 times or 20 times zoom, use a tripod or make the phone sit on something steady, or else the vibration will be very visible on the video. But 3 times can work if you are stable in your hands. 1 time's good, and widescreen is the best. That disguises vibrations very good. So that was the zoom options. If we go over there, see up here, you can see auto framing option, and that's something I don't recommend at all. That's bullshit in my head, but that's my opinion. Because if you push one, the camera will auto frame what it thinks it should frame, so the video looks okay for the camera, not for you and how you want to make your video. So just put auto framing off and keep it like this, so you always have control over the framing. If you move around and you're seeing how you want it to be, and then you have auto framing on, suddenly it changes, and that's not nice if you're going to make a video for YouTube or something like that. Have full creative control over your frame, always. Let's jump over to the left side of the screen. Down here you can see that bubble. That's settings, but I'm not going to go into that now. I'm going to make another sequence of it in the end of the video, or somewhere in between. The next one is flash. We all know that if you've been taking pictures, it's on, off, auto. So I'm not going to go into that. And here you have super steady. That's stabilization for the picture. We talked about the vibration and stuff like that. But if you push super steady, it's only available in 2 options in the video size. and that's full HD 30 and full HD 60. No, none of the else or the other video sizes is available. So I never have this on. If you want to, you make a video in full HD 30 or 60, keep this on and see how your video looks and if you like it. Next one is ratio. That's the size of the screen, if you can see how the bubble moves. YouTube, the frame of YouTube is 16 by 9. So if you want to upload directly to YouTube, you can use this 16 by 9 and then just upload it there. We have some options here: 16 by 9, 1:1, and full ratio. So you have 1:1 like this, and the full looks like this. But I recommend use 16 by 9 if you use this video mode. Yeah, and then we have the video size. We have a couple of options here. One thing that's annoying with this sidebar here is that if you push it, it just lasts for some seconds and then it goes back to the front side here. We should be able to go out of it on our own. But 8K 24 FPS, Ultra HD 60, Ultra HD 30, Full HD 60, Full HD 30, and HD 30. So let's go out, and over here you have effects. Effects is possible in Full HD down to HD, but if you try Ultra HD, that effect setting goes gray, so you can't move it, you can use it. So if you want to use it, you need to go down to Full HD and then you can push it. We have a couple of options here. We have the face smoothness to smooth your face. That's what it says. Very self-explanatory. But you have other options, filters. So you can create different styles if you want to. Never use filters at all. I want to record in my own original settings here and then take it into post and color grade it if I want to color grade it at all. But it's difficult to color grade stuff like this. That's not in. You need some other settings or color profiles to get the best result when you color grade. A little sidetracking. So that's some options you got here. But you know, Full HD and HD, that's the only option when you use effects. Okay, so that's the video setting. So let's move over to Pro Video, and here we see we have a lot of more options to choose from. We have the same on the left side here. We have the ultra wide, we have the wide and telephoto and super telephoto. Again, it's the same as in the video, but with a different text here. And to the right from it, we have some options that are auto, or you can do manual settings. You have the ISO, push that, and you can push it one more time and go into manual mode. And you can see here, when I choose to use manual mode on ISO, the speed, you can see here, changes as I go up and down on the ISO. So that's a good thing, that it does the work for each other. Also, if you change it, if you go to speed, go to ISO first, take that in auto and go back to speed, and then move this one, you can see that the same happens for the ISO. So they complement each other, if we're gonna use that word. Yeah, but mark this, when it comes to speed or shutter, as it's called in camera, there are some rules when it comes to video creating, and it has to do with the video size over here. So I'm going to talk more about that later on in the video. That's very important information actually to create the best video that you can create with a phone or camera. Okay, so you can use manual or auto mode for all of this. The ISO is the thing that you're gonna focus the most on when you create photographs or videos. You should always try to keep the ISO as low as possible. The higher you go on the ISO, the more noise you introduce to the picture or the video that you are making. So always try to keep this as low as you can, and then compensate with, if you have to, the shutter or the speed. On Samsung, you only have these two options. You don't have more options like you have on a camera. So you have to make the best out of it. But you also have to compensate when it comes to the frames per second and the rule that I'm going to talk about a little later when it comes to the speed option here. Yes. And then you have this EV. Don't bother thinking about it. Just move away from it. It's not important. And then we have focus. That's self-explanatory. You have manual and you have auto. And what you can do here is move the slider up and down, and you can see that object starts to change color. And what that means is that when it's green like this, you have to hold it on the slider. That means that that's in focus. So everything that starts to get green are in focus. You can see the statue in front. You see the cracks on it. That's green. That means that it's in focus. Now the building is in focus, and now the Mr. America or whatever his name is in focus, and the elephant. So that's how you can use the manual focus if you want to. But I've been using this phone for a while now, and the autofocus is actually quite good, the way I use the phone for making cinematic clips and stuff like that. So play around, find your creative way, and use it in auto or in manual if you want to. Yeah. Over there we have something called white balance, and if you push that, it's in auto, and if you start moving it, you can see here there's a little sign beside it, and this one, I don't remember the name now, but it's more inside evening-ish light, and if you go up it gets warmer, and it should appear here. This one is cloudy day. So you have some pointers here to help you to find the correct white balance for the situation that you are in. So here 5.5 is for sunny days, 5,500 kelvins. So there is a lot of stuff you can read up on to learn the theory around creating videos or taking photography. But what you can do here is let the phone, when you are outside or inside, find the white balance, and then you can just push the auto down here, and then it's locked on the white balance that the phone figured out now that it wants to be on. But the most important thing is that you look at the screen and that you see and like what you see. It doesn't matter what anyone else says or what the camera says if you don't like the look of your own creation. And then we go over there, we have mic, and now it says USB because I have connected my external mic to my camera. But you have omnidirectional option, you have front option, and you have back option. And yeah, you can see it here. Omni, that means it's multi-directional. It takes the sound from the front, from the sides, and the back. And the other one, it's easy to understand, from the front and the rear. The good thing about that is that if you are outside and you don't have an external mic with a dead cat on to break the wind, you can use some of these options. Let's say it's very windy behind the camera here. You can push the front so it only tries to record the sound from the front, and that makes it much better, so you don't have to listen to that when you talk. When I started making videos, it sounded terrible because I didn't have a clue, and I still make bloopers when it comes to sound, because there's a lot of things you have to remember when you're making a video. But try to remember that sound is very important. It's 50% of your video. Okay, over there we have zoom wide. That's like zooming. It's zooming in and zooming out. This one, I don't like it because you see how it suddenly went fast. It just has its own life sometimes, and like that, it doesn't look nice on a video. So I don't use it at all. It's better to move closer to your subject, even if it's photography or a video, than using those telephoto and zoom options. I don't personally use it, but it's up to you, of course. That's the right side. Let's move on to the left side. We have the settings, we have the flash, we have the 16:9. But if we push here, we have now another option that's called 21:9. And if you want to upload to YouTube without some post editing, you want to create some black bars and stuff like that, like the cinematic mode, you can make the video in 21:9 inside here, upload it to YouTube, and because of the scaling, you will have automatically black bars over and under your video. So then you have the cinematic look. But on a phone like this, you will have this like it looks like now. Here we have, this is what I'm talking about, it disappears too quickly. We have 8K 24, 60 UHD, 30 UHD, and we have the other option, 24 UHD now. We didn't have that on the video, pure video mode. We have Full HD 60, Full HD 30, and Full HD 24 as well. And if you want to use this option called color tone, if you want to mix the contrast and stuff like that, you have to use the HD mode to get this option open. And then you can go over here to the right side, you see contrast, and play around and mess with these options. I don't recommend it, it's a waste of time in my opinion. But if you like to create your own style, of course you can do that. Yes. Also, you have the Full HD 120 here, very good for slow motion if you want to make that. See, put it there. Yes, 24 is what it said. Let's try it again. You see up here it comes a text, you can read that. If I go 24, cinematic frame rate video with ultra high definition. 24 or 23.976 is the first frame rate setting that was, let's say, invented, because to create film strips with 60 frames were costing a lot of money. So they found out that 23.976 was much more economical to create because of the length of the roll that I had to create to make a video. So 60 frames to 120 frames per second would be a lot of roll instead of just 23.976. So that's why. And another thing, but about the 23.976 cinematic FPS is that is what they say is the best for the brain and the eyes to catch the movement in the video for your eyes and brain. So there's a lot of theory around stuff like this. So I recommend maybe to read up on it, so you can make a decision if you want to be nostalgic and follow the old rules, or if you want to go for the soap opera clips and use 60 frames and stuff like that. I can agree 60 frames can be good on things like this and stuff like that, but in a video like soap opera and stuff like that, you can see it's too clear, it's too real. It doesn't. I can't get into the series because it's like I'm there. I like the 23.976. It's the cinematic style. A little sidetrack there, but that's me. And up here we have histogram. Like to the left side it shows the shadows, and to the right side it shows the highlights. So this is a thing that we use when we do photography and videography. I don't use it as much, but it can be a pointer on where you are with the shadows and the highlights. The most important thing is that you look at your frame and like what you see. If it's blown up in the highlights here, or if it's too dark here, you can compensate with different options here on the right side. Okay, that was the Pro video mode. I hope I haven't forgotten anything. And then we can move on to the Portrait video mode. Here is not many options. You have some effects up here, but you have the two zoom options. I'm not gonna push it, we already can do it. We already know how it works. Up here you have something called Portrait Video Effects, and if you push that one, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 4 options. Yeah, we can start with this color point. You can see what happened here. The thing in focus stays in the true color, but everything else got black and white. And if we move to the last one, you have the glitch mode. Everything behind glitches, but you or the subject is like it should be. And then we have something called Big Circle. I'm gonna try, but I have been testing it and it's not working very well. It supposedly should make the light sources and things behind like circles. It's called bokeh in the photography world, and it doesn't seem like it's working very well here. Maybe if I use my face and have some light sources behind me, you can see the circles behind me, but I'm okay with this now. So you can try it if you want to. Then we have the blur. That's the like cinematic look that many people think is the cinematic look. Actually, it's not. It's more if you have interviews or if you are in a video and you have people talking, you have this kind of setup so that the subject are in focus and everything else is blurred out. It's a part of a cinematic look. It's not the cinematic look that many people think. And then you have the strength up and down here. A recommendation I want to give is actually that you keep it on 4 or 5. I've noticed when I'm outside and recording myself, if I have it on 7, it starts to glitch around the shoulders, the face, or if I move my hands, you can see that it's really fake. So don't go all the way to the max on everything. Keep it low, experiment, try, and see how the clip looks like before you settles with your options that you have set. Left side, you have settings, you have the flash, and you have skin smoothness here. So that's it with the portrait video mode. And let's go to the next one, lapse. Now we're moving more into fun things instead of more creative look. Here we have the same, we have the zoom options here, you can see to the right of the figure. And new to this firmware update in September is that they added the 3x zoom. So they are really trying to explore the possibilities to get this camera better and better. So this is how that looks. On this side you have settings, you have flash, and you have two options on video size. You have default resolution, full HD, and you have ultra high resolution. And on this side up here, left upper side, you have speed, and here you can see a lot of numbers. Goes away. 5 and 10 is what I suggest you experiment with in the beginning to see how the video looks. It's all about how you like the video to be when you're done. And there are some rules here. I'm going to make a video about hyperlapse, time-lapse, and explain more in detail these time settings later on in another video. Yeah, that's hyperlapse. I haven't forgot anything here. As you saw, I could do like this. I can lock the exposure and adjust as I want to. So just remember that in the different modes you can tap on the screen and slide the exposure up and down. And sometimes you can only do the focus lock, not the exposure lock. Like this. Okay, a lot of talking here. Let's move into more. On this right side here that I'm moving, you have the option to pull down these different options here. I have made my settings that I am using and kept the rest here that I'm not using that often because I don't want to fill up this slide bar here. Up here you can see the plus sign, edit, and that's where you push this to pull down the different settings or options or modes that you want to have on your line here. You have single take and you have super slow, slow motion, and director's view. I'm not going to go into super slow and slow motion. It's self-explanatory. We don't need it. You can experiment and try. But I can tell you that super slow, keep it on a tripod, and you need speed and practice to make this happen. This is a difficult one. Slow motion, you know how that works. Single take and director's view is a little bit interesting. This single take here is very easy. You push and you push again to pause the video, and then you continue as you like in different area settings, clips, etc. to make a whole video go as one clip. Settings, and up here you have shots to capture. You have different creative options: highlight videos, slow-mo clips, boomerang clips, filtered photos, 24-hour time-lapse, rewind clips, collages. You see different, if you film yourself, it puts clips of photos in a collage there. Portraits off, and cropped shots. So it's creative fun, if you're gonna can call it that, but I don't use this at all. Okay, let's go back. This was single take, and then we have to go back to more and look at director's view. Here it starts like this. You have this one. Here I am. Nice to see you. Zoom options in a different look than that we are used to in the different modes, but you choose how you want it to be. And as you can see, you can now see me here, but you can also change it like this so that you fill yourself with the whole screen. So it's up to you how you want to do it. If you're doing a travel vlog, maybe this is the best way. You are walking around filming, and you are up in the corner here talking and gesticulating, or what it's called. Yeah, look there, look there, look there. And you can make a nice video out of that. This one you can move around how you like, and you can size it up by double clicking it. Underneath you have save options. That means that if you push it, save front and rear as separate 16:9. So you can see now it's like two papers here on the save options. That means that this one up here, it's saved by its own, like a separate file, and the one down here now is also saved as a separate file. And then you can put it together in post if you want to do that. But if you don't want to do any edit or something like that, you can push it, save video as previewed. So the way you see it now is the way the whole file will be saved together. So then you can make a video like this. Yeah, that's how the cookie crumbles. Then you have these options. You can split the screen like that. And you have, see, this one. And you get the plane without looking at yourself. So that's that. Yeah. So that was the different video modes, and I'm gonna jump back into full screen and have a little talk. No, I'm not. I almost forgot something. The most important thing, settings. Move into settings and you see here, scene optimizer. Usually I have that off, and shot suggestion off. Scan QR codes, that's okay. Let's move down to videos. This one is very important. It's called auto FPS. That's auto frames per second. Always keep this off. I don't understand why they made the camera with this option at all. If they want to create a professional camera, or make people who create videos seriously on YouTube, or making videos at all, they should not put stuff like that inside the camera. When it comes to the frames per second and the speed or the shutter time, there is something called the 180 rule. And if you film in, see, I'll try to show. If you are filming in this video size over here, 24 frames per second, you should follow the 180-degree rule. That means that you move down to speed here, and this should be double the video size up here. So if this is 24 frames per second, then this should be 50. So you need to go out of auto mode and then put it up to 50 and let it stay in manual mode. Now you are following the 180-degree rule. So there are much theory to read up on to create the best video as possible. But this one is quite important. You see people uploading videos, and you can see the lag in the video because of maybe auto FPS, or these two settings is not talking together. So it makes the video gonna show like this. It's lagging as they are panning, and most often they are panning to the right. That's typical. Okay, let's go back into settings. Video stabilization, for me it's off now because I made the 8K video the other day and I didn't like the frame when I put on the stabilization, so I took the option off and I handheld, no gimbals. I actually don't like to make videos with gimbals. I kind of feel that I lose the total control of the movement. So I took this off and I followed the rules and what I've learned about how to move when you are making a video for most or the best stabilized frame. I'm gonna make a video about that also, some techniques and stuff like that. So it's coming later on. So these are the two most important things I would tell you in this settings. And you also have this option, grid lines. If you saw the frame before, these lines is also in the theory of video making and photography, and these spots here are reference points to where you should put your camera in different situations. I'll talk about that in later videos as well. Yeah, that's it for the settings. So that was it. I hope you found some of the information in this video useful for you when you are going out and making your videos. Me and my model over there, we did our best and hope I'll see you again. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would appreciate if you tick the subscribe button and follow me on this journey. My name is Chris. I hope you have a nice day, nice weekend. It's Friday, yay, and I'll see you in the next video.